The club's mission to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please be seated. That exam has come. Please put your noise making devices and phones on silent. I will give you 10 seconds for that. Do not move in and out of the meeting room while the speech is in the progress. If you want to move, then please do so when speech is over. If you are outside, then enter the room only when you hear an applause. Drinking waters and washrooms are available. For men it is this side and for women it is this side.
Sure. Check.
Thank you. I now invite the presiding officer to officially open the meeting. Round.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to the 401st meeting of Agnel Toastmasters Club. Let us gather officially now to start work. So, I am a software developer by profession, and most of my time is spent coding. I joined Toastmasters around 2 years back, and initially I couldn't figure out that how this is helping me out in my professional life. But still I continued because I genuinely enjoy being here. But slowly gradually things started to change. I started organizing events at my workplace. It was all because of Toastmasters. And some of my friends even started thinking that I work in HR rather than a software developer. And I share stage with some of the top leaders of our company, and it was really nice interacting with them. And those top leaders, were my managers. Those top leaders were my managers. So this brought significant recognition to my project. And then something very interesting happened. I even caught the attention of the most popular guy in our office, the one I had a crush on. I was very surprised to see him join our close friends group and start conversations with me. I must say all this happened because of Toastmasters. So our message to you is simple. If you enjoy Toastmasters, even if you can't figure it out, like how it's helping you out, stick with it. Because in long term, you will get to know the advantage of Toastmasters. And also you can connect the dots later. And who knows, the guy or girl is
Put the chair. Just the chair.
lastly, who knows, the guy or girl you have a crush on might end up having a crush on you someday.
Too late.
So, yes. So, now let's start with the guest introduction. I'd like all the guests to please raise your hands. Please tell us your name, your profession, and your aspirations regarding Toastmasters. Yes, please.
Hello everyone. I am Agnel I am a software engineer at an IT firm. I knew about Toastmasters for about more than a year, but I never joined it because I thought that I had the necessary skills that required to be a public speaker or have the skills. But as after joining my IT firm, I realized that I had a lot of social anxiety when it comes to public speaking. And after that, I realized that I need to do something about this so that I can overcome that fear as well as be good at speaking in front of a lot of people, especially young people. So that's the reason I came here today as a guest to understand how Toastmasters work, how I can increase my communication skills and get better.
You're the right place.
Hello everyone, my name is Krish. I am currently under my CA articleship period. So as he said, I also came to know about Toastmaster a long time ago when I was in I guess 7th or 8th standard. बट तभी वो एक डर था अंदर एंड एक अंदर ये था कॉन्फिडेंस कि मुझे सब कुछ आता ही है मेरे को क्या जरूरत है. बट अभी आर्टिकलशिप पीरियड में मुझे पता चल रहा है कि कितनी ज़रूरत पड़ती है ये सब चीज़ों की. सो आई केम बैक हियर.
There are a lot of CAs in our family. Yes, who was born? Yes, you are a guest. Right. Can you introduce yourself? Your name, your profession, and your aspirations regarding this.
Okay, so hi all. My name is Manoj Kumar. So I work as technical writer in mechanical domain. So having a past experience of 9+ years in mechanical domain itself. So I come from the background where most of the work is related to the factory aspect. So where emotion speaks more than words. So where we only join ourselves like whatever work we assigned. So the only thing is we only need to cover task itself. So that's the execution part. Now, slightly I want to change my career to management role. So where I feel that communication is a major skill over there. So I really don't know anything about Toastmaster. I just recently had a browsing internet, and it was the first and top list that it came to in the Google search. So I just came here to experience how it will be, and later on I will see how we are going to move forward from this. So that's it.
Now it's time to introduce the Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster Shweta is a very inspiring person. She has a beautiful smile. And she is a certified life coach and NLP master practitioner. She led an NGO that empowered over 1,000 students and educators, and today she mentors others through a life coaching practice. So please welcome Toastmaster.
Keep the chair.
Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you for that lovely introduction. And I appreciate your warmth and encouragement for this room all the time, and we always love you. And good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and our special guest today, who will be the area district and officer, and will be visiting us today. So let's begin our Toastmaster meeting 401 with the theme called the power of perception. So before I talk about the theme, I would like to ask you one thing. How many of you came on this stage with the thought that people will judge me? How many of you?
People will cherish you.
Yes. And tell me, how many of you came on the same stage for me to show my skill, my talent, and my confidence. How many of you? Wow. See, this is the same stage, same people, and the same movement. And everyone has a different perspective. The stage didn't change, the people didn't change, but the experience people take from this stage changes, and that is perception. Today I want to talk about how powerful this perception is through my own story. Okay, so since from childhood I'm a very big fan of Bollywood movies and South Indian. I've grown up in South India, so I'm a very big fan of movies. So I always have this thought of watching movies all the time, and I have this belief that love looks only one way, the perfect people, and I didn't ever thought that, because I grew up being a physically challenged person, and the people around me always had a different story to tell me. They always told me that, Shweta, marriage is not for you. Don't think of it. Motherhood is completely impossible. Don't ever even thought. You don't even know it's not possible for you. But somehow I didn't question their statement. I just stayed with their statement. I don't know. Through my journey, I just accepted what they are saying. I thought maybe that's the reality of my life. And suddenly, one day, a person walked into my life. And of course, you all know. Yeah. And he said only one thing to me. Shweta, I'm looking for a life partner who just looks like me, imperfect. And you can't believe that statement stayed with me for a very long time. I was like, why not? Oh my God, how stupid I am. I never thought this way. I never had this kind of perspective in my mind. Why can't two imperfect people come together and create a beautiful life? And that perspective shifted, and I given a chance to my life. And the example is in front of you. And let me tell you that this month, on 22nd, we both are celebrating our 6th year of This one person perception didn't only change my story. Please, this one person's story didn't just change my story, it changed my reality completely. And today you can see how my life changed from someone who is being so lonely for a very long time and cribbing and saying things that this is not possible for me. And today I am here with you, in front of you, talking confidently and having a beautiful life partner and having a beautiful child. Oh my God, what a life that I've got. So this is what I say, that if you change a simple perception, how powerful it is, your life can change completely. So with that, let me introduce our tag roles of today. Please welcome our timer today, Mr. Yasin, who is a supply chain manager at Reliance Industry. He likes to play badminton and gardening, and he see himself as he see his improvement in Toastmasters. He improved his communication skills, and he has become a very, very confident person today coming to this club. And I just please welcome Toastmaster Yasin.
evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am the timer and my role is to track the time the speakers, prepared speakers and the evaluators are giving their when they are speaking on the stage. Also my duty is to track the time of the overall meeting at specific role players and the tier mode. So, as a timer, in the prepared speech segment, it is 5 to 7 minutes each. So, I will be displaying the green card at the minimum qualifying time, that is 5 minutes, and yellow card at between the minimum and maximum qualifying time, and the red card at the maximum qualifying time. Same way in evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will be displaying the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card, and 3 minutes, red card. Moreover, there is a grace period of 30 seconds before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. Thank you.
So let's welcome our next tag role, our counter, who has done an MBA in marketing and having an experience of 10
Shweta.
years.
Solomon is here.
Sorry?
Sanjeev is not here.
Sunday.
Sanjeev, go ahead and say.
Sanjeev, come.
Go ahead.
Come.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, he has done an MBA in marketing and having experience of 10 years of currently working with Info Ed Group. He likes to travel and listen to music.
Good evening to all the reviewer, Toastmaster and guests. So I have taken the role of our counter. So the purpose of this role is that to note that a speaker how many times he is using certain words, and sounds. So I'll make a report of that, and end of the meeting I'll be flashing that in.
Thank you.
Sanjeev, you have
Okay. So our next tag roller is Toastmaster Gauri Shankar, who will be our grammarian, and he is a finance professional and avid traveler. He sees Toastmaster as a platform to develop himself for better public speaking and improve his self-realization. Please welcome.
Thank you to Toastmaster Shweta and welcome all fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it is my duty to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any offending words, quotes, sayings or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and the phrase of the day. The word of the day is perspective, which means a particular point of view. An example of using the word is changing your perspective can change your entire experience, the way you see the world and all. The phrase of the day is perception shapes reality, which means how we interpret things influences how we experience them and we react. So, an example for how can we use this phrase perception shapes reality is that in life we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are, and that perception becomes our reality. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day while they are speaking. When a speaker uses the word of the day and the phrase of the day, the members are requested to show a thumbs up. I will give the grammarian's report at the end of the session. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
the quiz master, Vishnu. He is a chemical engineer and business development professional, and he is passionate about energy transition. He loves reading, writing, and his journey has shifted his perception from seeing communication as just speaking well to understand as thinking clearly and being truly heard. Please welcome Mr. Vishnu.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Vishnu and I am your quiz master for today's meeting. As they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Hence, by the end of the meeting, I will check how effectively you listen. And that's the reason you stay alert and keep your ears open. At the end of the meeting, I will come up with a few questions based on what is said today on this stage. And just remember, not to pressurize, not to stress. Just enjoy, listen, and have fun. Yes. Over to you.
So today let me explain you the structure of the meeting today, because we just had the diagrams explained. And today we have first section as our education session by Toastmaster Hardik Shah, and our next section will be there is no table topic section for today, and we will have a prepared speeches. We'll have a prepared speeches where the evaluation is done for the speakers and the role players, and lastly we have the evaluation. So we'll start with
The speeches.
speeches. Okay. So we'll start with the speech section. So let's. Okay. So please welcome our first evaluator, Ishwar Mohan, and he's a film enthusiastic who loves public speaking, and his journey at Toastmaster as a gradual process to rediscover, it helped him to rebuild his confidence, become more aware of how communication, and learn that effective speaking isn't about perfection but about clarity and intent. Each meeting adds a small layer of growth to it. Please welcome
A very good evening and thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and curious guests. It's an honor for me to be a part of this meeting 401 as the evaluator. And as the evaluator, I'm told to evaluate Mr. Vikas Kadam today, and he shall be attempting his level 1 project 2 speech. And the agenda of his speech is to give a speech with a sense of purpose. And the stipulated time for him is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish him all the luck, and over to you, Toastmaster.
So please welcome our first speaker, Vikas. He's Toastmaster not just as a club, but he has placed to boost human potential. He perceives it as a place to simply for public speaking. Now we see it as a space where the power of perception turns a nervous speaker into a confident speaker. Please welcome Mr. Vikas. The power of small habits, the power of small habits, because
So thank you, Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. So have you ever wondered spending more time during your working hours, and it's very much hectic week for you. And at the end of the Friday, you think what you have achieved or just sustain that week. Is there anyone who had this problem? So it's good. It's not only one me. So we have others also. But that doesn't mean that we should not progress over it. So the basic development, what I want to share with you is that my personal challenges, which was my biggest health challenge. I discovered this over a period and want to overcome it. So for that, I started taking few steps. First of all, I started with going on gym and walking. My start was a big start, very much confident. I did the gymming for 1 hour the first day. Second day, I could not survive. I quit. So the only thing what I see was the inconsistency. That was my bad habit. Then a yoga was introduced to me in our monthly office health week. So we had a virtual session where you could train. I got a training of yoga. I continued it for a few months. I enjoyed it. But looking at the slow growth or slow difference, I stopped it again. I was not able to understand what is the issue, what I am missing. Then I realized there was a bad habit within me about the inconsistency. I never continued it. I have the same steps. I kick-started with a big start. I faded slow and quietly exit. So I don't want to happen this. And I really want to share one more example. There is a 3 important pillars in our life. So nobody teaches us. But we still care for it. The first most important pillar is the financial security, which everybody needs. The second is your useful skill, the professional skills, your trainings. And the last is your long-term health. So my focus was on the long-term health. I started with gym, yoga, but I could not succeed. One day, I came to one incident. Why I need to do all these things together? I can cut it short or start with one thing at a time. And I found I cut my meal, 1/4 of a meal I cut. And I could sustain that habit for weeks or months. Within 3 months, I could see I lost few kgs. I was happy. That got a smile on my face. Then I continued it. And within 6 months, I lost 10 kg of my weight. So my goal wasn't only flatten my tummy or look handsome, but my goal was to build a healthy lifestyle. There is an old saying about habit. So you are made of 5 people you spend most of your time with. It can be your family member, it can be your friends. But I believe something much more powerful than that, even more powerful than that, that you are made of your 5 small habits which will build you. So I focus on this and I achieve it. Thank you very much.
Our next evaluator who will be evaluating our speaker too is Dharmesh Joshi. He is a mechanical engineer by profession and he joined the Toastmaster to improve his communication and leadership skills. He likes to watch cricket and movies, listening to music and taking portrait photography. Thank you. Please welcome.
Hello everyone, good evening. Today my target speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Ron, will be attempting his level 1 project 3 speech from his pathway, presentation mastery. The objective of a speech is very interesting. There are two parts of the project here. First, we will be giving two speeches. In the first speech, we will be giving the speech and will be evaluated by this evaluator. In the second speech, he has to implement that evaluation, the feedback that he has got from the evaluator. So today he is giving his first speech, and the timer to note, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you.
Today our second speaker is Ron. He brings 13 years of Toastmaster experience, passionately committed to public speaking, leadership and personal growth. In addition, his Toastmaster journey has successfully led Miracle WorkX, his web design company, for the past 23 years. He is also an author, writes fiction with his books available on Amazon. Please welcome Mr. Ron.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sometime back, I got a message from a Toastmaster of the day whose theme was on leadership. And the question she asked me was, who is your favorite leader and why? Quite similar, we've all received such requests, right? So I immediately WhatsApp back, Mahatma Gandhi. And immediately a reply came, and why? My first instinct was, what do you mean why? It's Mahatma Gandhi, right? Everybody knows about him, everybody heard about him, everybody studied him. But then I realized that Pingot was from a different generation, I am from a different generation. The same veneration which I have for Mahatma Gandhi does not translate into every generation. The youngsters might not consider him the same veneration I do, right? I am from a different background, studied differently. I also realized for a lot of people in our city, in our country, Mahatma Gandhi has just become somebody a road has been named after, MG Road. And they really don't know the value of this man in our history. How many of you agree with that? That we are losing the essence of Mahatma Gandhi. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. When I discussed Mahatma Gandhi with my friends, I realized that he is a very polarizing figure. So a lot of people love him, obviously. There are a lot of people also who do not like his political views, do not like his role in India's history. But as a Toastmaster, I have to put all that aside. We are not going to discuss politics. What I want to focus is on something which is close to each and every Toastmaster's heart, our values. As Toastmasters, we believe in the IRIS values: integrity, respect, service, excellence. And I think Mahatma Gandhi, his life, his history teaches us a lot of things about those values. Today I want to share 3 things which I feel are relevant even today, and which are timeless principles which we can learn from the Mahatma's life. Let me begin with the first principle, which I feel is a sense of deep sense of service. I'll illustrate that with a simple story. Before Gandhiji became Mahatma, he was traveling all over India, meeting the public from north to south. One day he was traveling in a train, and it was a crowded platform, and he was getting into a crowded train. As he was climbing into the train, one of his shoes fell between the crack between the platform and the train, went under the train. It was crowded and the train was about to leave, so he could not go and recover the shoe. But he did something very unusual. He took off his second shoe and threw it under the train. His companions were like, "What is wrong with you? You already lost one shoe and you threw away the other one as well." Well, his answer was very simple. When the train leaves, some poor person might find the shoe, but one shoe will be of no use to him. If he finds both the shoes, at least that poor person will be able to wear them. What that shows is not only the presence of mind in the situation, a deep ingrained sense of service, always thinking about somebody else. And that is one thing we can learn from the Mahatma's life. Always be serving others. A second part which is close to Toastmasters is integrity. In Mahatma's life, Gandhiji's life also had lots of examples of integrity. I'll share another story. Mahatma Gandhi had many followers, and one of the followers was a lady who brought her young boy to Mahatma to meet Gandhiji. And she said, Bapu, my son, he is not listening to us. He is having a lot of sweets all the time. We've tried everything and he is not listening to us to cut down on his sweets. Maybe you being Mahatma Gandhi, maybe he'll listen to you. Please tell him to stop having sweets. So Gandhiji looked at the lady, looked at the boy, he says, come back after 15 days. Right? The lady was confused, right? 15 days. But she said, okay, I'll come back after 15 days. So she goes away, and after 15 days she returns. Gandhiji sits with the boy, counsels him, boy promises that he'll cut down on his sweet, and that is sorted. As she's leaving, the lady turns to Bapu and says, Bapu, you could have said that 15 days ago. Why did you make us wait for 15 days? His answer was simple. When you came 15 days ago and asked me to talk to him about the sweets, even I was having a lot of sweets. And it was not fair to me to tell him to cut down on sweets when I myself am having them. So for 15 days, I have completely cut down on the sweets. And today, I could tell the boy. That is integrity. Do as you say as you do. So that's an important lesson from the Mahatma's life. Service, integrity. But what I feel the biggest lesson we can take from the Mahatma's life is one person can make a difference. One person can make a difference. Did Gandhiji by himself get us freedom, this country? No, right? There were a lot of wonderful leaders like Sardar Patel, Ambedkar, Nehru, who fought with the independence struggle with him. There were millions of people on the street also agitating for freedom. Gandhiji didn't do anything by himself. But what he was the fulcrum around which the entire freedom movement worked. He made a stand. India will be free. He fought the Britishers with that stand. He endured imprisonment, a lot of physical harsh punishments. But he decided, I will make a difference. And he stood it and he fought the British along with the others. And we are all children of his legacy today, enjoying this beautiful country because he fought for the freedom. But he also taught us this, that if you believe in something, really believe in something, and if you are just one person, still you can make a huge difference. As I said before, we are all children of Gandhiji's legacy. We are very rich, entitled to his rich legacy of his teachings, of everything that he has taught us. We should not lose this. We should not leave Gandhiji to just some name on the road in the middle of a city. What can we do? Educate ourselves. There are so many books on Gandhiji that we can read. In fact, he's also written so many books which are amazing to read. There are so many videos on him. There's a couple of movies on his life that you can see. And more importantly, you can tell the next generation, like the team that had WhatsApp me, who was Mahatma Gandhi. Whether you agree with his politics or not, he is somebody who can be a fantastic example for any generation of Indians. So my appeal to you is, don't let his legacy be a name on the signboard of some street in the city. Let us all live his legacy every day in our lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. That was a wonderful speech. Now, I will give you 2 minutes for all of you to write your feedbacks for both the speakers. Please take your time and give feedback.
Yes, do all the slips.
please welcome our special guest, chief guest, Toastmaster Hardik Shah, who is a rank holder chartered accountant with over 14 years of experience across organizations like Ernst and Young, Pearson and Zealer, and currently advise education companies on EdTech first approach. A seasoned keynote speaker, has spoken at Asian Paints, Hindalco, Capgemini, TCS, JP Morgan, and leading institutions such as ICAI, SDA, Biconi, and NMIMS. With the Toastmasters, he has served as a district director during his medley distinguished year and received excellence in program quality from Toastmaster International. Please welcome Toastmaster Hardik Shah.
Alright, hi everyone, good evening.
Good evening.
I think Ron did a pretty nice job of explaining leadership. It sets the base for this session already. Thank you, Ron. So when you hear the word leadership, what are the first thoughts that come to your mind?
Boss. Accountability.
Influence.
Sorry?
Influence.
Okay.
Leading from the front.
People who we can rely on.
Do you say?
People who we can reach out to.
Okay.
Role model.
Hours.
Role model.
Okay.
Uplift somebody else.
How do you learn about leadership? Like in communication, you have your voice modulation, you have your body language, you have your script, you have your opening, you have your conclusion, and you have feedback from people on how do you improve that. How does that work in leadership?
Observing.
You have to go to the.
Observing other leaders.
You have to.
Being a leader.
You have to go to the grind, and then only you will be able to experience the leadership aspect.
Okay.
By taking XCOM rules.
That's the pitch I was waiting for. The president must be happy. Where's the president?
Sleeping.
Where's the president?
She's not there.
Sleep that.
You believe your thought process?
Alright. I think someone is waiting. So, over here in a group of almost 25-30 individuals, how many of you led a team or managed individuals professionally, personally, colleges, in Toastmasters? So, others have never led teams. So, you have been leaders in some capacity, somewhere. Alright. Now, help me understand this. Now, we will talk about two parts of leadership today. The first part is setting a mission, and second part is motivating individuals. Any idea what does mission mean?
What does?
Mission mean?
The direction you want to go.
The direction you want to get into. Okay.
Goal in a broader
Target
sense.
to be achieved.
A problem statement which you want to solve.
The problem you want to solve. Okay. Why do you need a mission? Why do you need a mission?
To align everyone and then reach together to that goal.
So that's clarity. Alright. So one important part of any leadership environment is clarity. What's the second important part?
Action.
Action. Okay.
Common goal, or common.
Vision.
That's the mission, that's the goal. The clarity gives you that this is the common thing you want to achieve.
So that
Purpose.
Plan.
Purpose.
Okay. You're closer. Something on line of action.
Will be competence.
Direction to reach that mission. That is
Direction
also
is still the mission, right? Where you want to get to.
So that we don't get distracted.
Execution.
What do you need to get to the mission?
plan.
Objectives.
A vision.
Plan execution.
Motivation. What do you
Pathway.
get finally once you complete
Strategy.
It's the packaging of some reading work. We'll come there. Okay, just hold that thought for now. Alright. So we heard about mission. Have you heard of the word vision?
Yes.
Are they interchangeable?
No.
How do you distinguish vision and mission?
Vision is more broader, and mission is only a task or kind of a goal, kind of a milestone where you.
Vision is just an idea. Mission is something which I want to achieve, even if there is a do or die situation.
Okay. Are missions only meant for organizations?
No.
Do you have individual missions as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
And do your individual missions evolve with time?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as a member of Agnel Toastmasters Club, what is your mission today?
Today.
To enjoy the meeting.
Perform your role.
Come on.
Today or in general?
Today.
Today. To be attentive and learn as much as
From
possible.
object, yes.
Listen to
That's our mission.
Okay. Do you know the Toastmasters Club mission? Who is the sub? Sorry, I was late. So apologies for that. No, I don't want to read from that. You should remember it. Come on. I do this in my club. No, you can read it if you want. That's okay. She's a very nice class monitor. She just flipped the page over and you can't read it. Okay, silence, come on.
To provide supportive and positive learning experience where in which members are empowered to develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Pass that. Number this. Alright. What are the characteristics of any mission? What should be included in the mission?
Specifics.
End goal.
End goal or the immediate goal? The end goal is the vision, right?
No, for the mission, what do you want to achieve? When the mission will be qualified. So the end goal for the mission, and how do we break it down into small parts? To
So
achieve.
what do you want to achieve?
Right.
Correct. Alright. Then, what all should form part of the mission?
How do we achieve that?
How will you get there? Okay. So we have the what, we have the how.
Why?
Why?
When?
How?
Have you heard of the 5 W's and 1 H? Yeah, I was expecting them coming one by one. Your mission in some or the other form should cover majority of these aspects. It may not cover all of these aspects every time, but some of them should be covered. The mission, who is it meant for? Why are you doing what you're doing? What do you want to achieve it? How will you get there? Now all of you know the Toastmasters Club mission. Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes.
You can Google search it on your phone. What I'll do is there are teams of 2 or 3 individuals. Break down the Toastmasters Club mission in terms of these categories of your what, who, why, where. And then let's break down the Toastmasters Club mission, how does it categorize with this. So maybe the same tests together can form together. You will have around 3 minutes to break up the Toastmasters Club mission and tell me the what, who, why, where, how, whatever. Ready? If you don't remember the club mission, then it's here. I'll read it out once again if you want to quick recall. To provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. How many guests are in the room? Please ensure you sit with someone who is a Toastmaster member so that you may not know this directly, but they will help you understand that better.
So how we are dividing? Like
3 or 4 people together. So maybe 3 of you can come together, 3 of you can work together. area? Which area?
M3.
So normally 3 to 5 clubs come together to form an area. Alright. Similarly, 3 to 4 areas of 6 areas come together to form a division. A few divisions together across geography form a district. Currently we part of district 98. It covers Mumbai, Navi, Mumbai, Thane. It covers Gujarat, Rajasthan and MP. Alright. So 2 years back I was leading the district geography. So as a leader, I had to set a mission or goal for the team to achieve at the end of the year. In Toastmasters, the year starts on 1st of July and ends on 30th of June. I'm going to the very basic because some of you may know it, a lot of people are guests and people will not understand. So we have to run and function the district for a 12-month period. In that, Toastmasters International gives us certain goals to achieve. As members, your VP forces you to give speeches, to take up roles, because they have some goals to achieve. How many of you are aware there is a distinguished club program? So a club has a set of goals that they need to achieve at the end of the year. Similarly, the district has a set of goals that they have to achieve at the end of the year. For district, the defined mission is to build new clubs and help all clubs achieve excellence. 2 parameters. Build new clubs, help all clubs achieve excellence. In Toastmasters, the level of completion in district are at 4 categories. Alright? I'm not naming them for simplicity. So level 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the first meeting, I set the tone for the meeting saying that at the end of the year, we have to hit level 4. And if you hit level 4, we will have a success party in Goa. So I set the mission and I gave them a motivation that why should you get there. Right?
You set the goal, right?
Sorry?
You set the goal. Like mission is different, goal is different, right?
I get it.
Mission and goal are different, right?
So I'll explain that. I'll go into the details of this. So the goal for us was to build new clubs and as many clubs as possible should become successful at the end of the year. Right? There were 3 parameters that we have. And third is how many new members or you are able to get to the district in Toastmasters. Right? Some of you may think it's like MLM. It is not MLM. Alright? Yes. So at the start of the year, we defined these parameters and goal setting for everyone. So the mission that year, thankfully this is there. At the bottom, this was from the year that we were successful. At the bottom, you see beyond the dashboard. So the mission was that we will do activities throughout the year which may not necessarily reflect on the dashboard. So dashboard is the success metric parameter that we had. Alright? And the entire year we revolve around this mission statement for the district. Coming back to your club mission. Anyone wants to help me with who is the club mission meant for?
All members.
Role players and members.
Members?
Any individual wants to work on communication and leadership.
Which particular line or words in the club mission specify this?
We.
I repeat the club mission now. To provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Members.
In which members are empowered. Right? So the mission is that members of the club is the who segment over here. Right? Next, what?
Communication and leadership skills.
Self-confidence and personal growth.
As you
To empower members.
The what if the club provides support to everyone environment. So that's the what it is. So my positive learning.
So we have 3 what's in the club mission already. Come on. Can we have some consensus? What is the purpose of this club mission?
Self-confidence and communication.
That's the why.
Is it to provide a positive supportive environment? Is it to build communication leadership skills?
Build communication.
Greater self-confidence, because that should be the ultimate, that we grow.
That is the growth.
That is the why, that is what I'm saying, why.
Growth?
Self-growth. Self-confidence and personal growth, as per us, it is why, that should be the why. What is communication and leadership?
Consensus? I'm not hearing from this side of the table, of the room. Come on, what is the what?
It's a platform thing. Platform where the speaker can have the opportunity.
Which words in this? See, as members, we all understand what we try to do over here, right? When you repeat this club mission every meeting, you're trying to reinforce that into everyone's brains that this is what it is, this is what you have to achieve. Correct? That's why you do it every meeting, right? Alright, let's come back to this. When
When you attend the meeting.
During.
There is no when.
there is no when. Right, there is no when. Because we are perpetual members of the Toastmasters Club. It's recurring, ongoing, at your own self-paced, like what we say, right? Self-paced environment. So there's no when defined over here. Perfect. Where? In this room.
The club. Club is a club.
Because it is club.
Is it defined in the mission?
No.
Because we also have meetings outside the club, right? We have your contests, you have your conferences, you have your events, you have your pathways. So again, the where is not defined. Right? How?
By providing
Supporting
support
you
and
as
also
well.
consensus is that. How is clear.
How?
By providing support and positive learning.
Correct? Agreed? So now let's go back to where? Sorry. What?
Communication and leadership.
Communication and leadership.
Come on.
Self-confidence.
Personal growth
Is the why defined?
Yes.
Self-confidence and personal growth.
So the what is to develop communication leadership. So that's the purpose, right? That's the goal of anyone. Why do all of us join Toastmasters? Someone wants to become a better communicator. Someone wants to just have the confidence to come on stage and speak. Someone wants to be a good leader. What? I'm making it difficult for you. So, again, breaking it down to everyone. Let's go. Who?
Members.
Members. What?
Communication and leadership.
Communication and leadership.
When? Not defined. Where? Not defined. Why?
Self-confidence and personal.
How?
Supportive and
By
positive.
providing positive and support.
Alright. So now we know the club mission. What Toastmasters is defined. You are all members of Agnel Toastmasters Club. What is the mission of Agnel Toastmasters Club?
That is the mission. Right?
Why should a member join Agnel Toastmasters and not anything else?
We don't have a defined mission as such. No, we don't. Not an implicit one.
We don't say members who don't join other clubs. I don't say.
Still VP membership.
Toastmasters.
Convenience.
Alright, so take quick 2 minutes if you have to build one mission statement for Agnel Toastmasters Club. What will that be? Use any of these 2 or 3 categories from who, what, why, where, when, how. PR membership, please note, this will be helpful to you. Please don't use ChatGPT.
Use Gemini.
Please, this is not 10-chat board exams, do not find me in the club. Be innovative.
How many marks are we getting?
Come on, anyone?
Chi.
Agnel, to be the best club in the district by encouraging members to pursue excellence in communication and leadership skills.
Slow down.
To be the best club in the district.
So that's the mission.
What?
That's the what?
Yeah. By encouraging members. How?
How?
To pursue excellence. Again, what I guess. Pursue excellence in communication and leadership skill. Why is that unnecessary? It's who doesn't want to be
Fair.
excellent?
Anyone else?
Leave behind a significant mark in the area of Agnel Toastmasters' existence by fostering a supportive and an environment that is not necessarily daunting to new people. And that means that leaving at the mark becomes what? How becomes through a supportive and an environment that's not necessarily daunting. And what else?
How long do you think the club mission, any mission statement should be?
5 minutes.
Couple of lines. 2 lines.
Sorry?
2 lines max.
1 line.
It should be
1 line, 2 line, 30 seconds.
To provide an interactive platform where members are nudged to take up public roles and come out of their shells and achieve excellence.
Nice.
Does the mission statement have to start with the word to? Okay, I'm going to read out a few missions of organizations. Take a wild guess which company this is. And then we'll come back and circle and close this.
Wow.
To organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and
Google.
Alphabet.
Alphabet, yeah. Google.
Google,
Yes.
Meta,
Alphabet.
Wikipedia,
Google and Google.
Google /
I'll repeat it again. To organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful.
Wikipedia. No.
Google.
I think Google.
It is Google. इतने बार सुना.
IBM.
Alright, let's this side. Microsoft.
Google. Google and slash alphabet.
Google. Right, it's Google. Next one. To bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. If you have a body, you are an athlete.
Is it Nike or Reebok?
Nike.
Nike or Reebok?
Nike Adidas.
Okay, it's Nike. To be Earth's most customer-centric company.
Amazon.
You work with Amazon?
Profits.
You work with Amazon? Do you realize your mission statement is able to reflect on what your organization stands for? As individuals, when you're leading organizations, leading companies, your mission statement is a clarity. Not only to people inside the organization, but people outside the organization as well. If people are not able to relate to that, your mission statement does not solve answer the purpose. It should be short enough for anyone to be able to relate to it, and it explains the organization in some form. Do you need water? Alright, clear? Now let's come back to the previous club mission. Agnel's mission.
The mission would be to make the club the biggest club in the city by helping each and every member be confident enough to face every situation that in the real world when it comes to speaking, by allowing them, or rather encouraging them to express their thoughts and with confidence, by providing them the platform and an environment that is conducive to explore.
Before we have a break with the session. So before we go there, I will give you one more mission statement and how that statement has evolved over time. To help people and businesses throughout the world realize their full potential.
IBM. Sorry, can you repeat it again?
I'll repeat it.
People
to
and
help
business.
people and businesses throughout the world realize their full potential.
Microsoft.
Maybe Microsoft,
Maybe Salesforce.
This was the old mission, the new mission. So now we can probably relate to it. To empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Both missions are the same company.
This has to be Microsoft.
Achieve more.
Meta?
No. Meta is
Keep your potential, our passion.
That's a slogan.
That's a tagline.
So the answer is Microsoft. If you know, before 2015, the early years, it was only about the Windows platform. Today, Microsoft has their synergies across cloud, AI, and various other platforms as well. It went from a product company, which was Windows, to a platform for people to come and build a community. Right? So your mission has to evolve with time, is what we were discussing. Right? We'll take a short break. Classroom में ही है. Classroom है, but classroom नहीं है. All right. Back to our mission statement. Do you remember the 5 W's and 1 H? What? When?
Why? How?
Where?
How?
5 Whys and 1 How's. Why do we need a mission?
To have a direction and clarity.
For direction, to have clarity. Correct? As individuals, as leaders, what is your mission as a Toastmaster?
To improve ourselves.
Better ourselves as public speakers.
Sorry?
To better ourselves as public speakers.
To proactively attend meetings, improve, do take up roles.
Do you have a goal that you set for yourself for this 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? How many of you have a gym membership also? How many of you go to the gym? Regularly. How many of you attend meetings regularly? So what's your purpose of joining Toastmasters? And what is your immediate goal? Let's say like 3 months, 6 months. What's your mission? Complete 1 level. BPM, please go. Next. Come on.
Goal or mission?
How many of you have taken roads frequently, at least once a month? take roles because you want to versus how many of you take roles because Praveen asked you to take roles? Which category? How many of you are the Praveen category, the BP8 category? Okay. What is your motivation to take a role when BP8 reaches out?
Support the club.
How does that motivate you?
I love this club so.
Okay. Anyone else? You take a role when Praveen reaches out, right? What does he tell you?
Basically, to improve myself or to fight the stage fear I have.
That you already know for yourself. But why do you need a Praveen to tell you that? Support the.
To know if the role is
See, the Praveen is the leader of the club in some capacity.
So he knows that availability for that role is there. So
I will say that to support the club and also from a personal perspective, to be an actively listen and help the club grow.
Maybe he want to give chance to everybody.
That's he wants to give chance. As members, do you lose interest after a while? Not wanting to attend meetings and the same meetings, I don't have a role to play. What will I learn today? Does it happen?
No.
Is it part of the cycle?
No.
Even in the office life, you have your annual appraisals where they give you 2% incentive as a motivation to keep working more. So what's the incentive for you to keep coming to annual Toastmasters club meetings?
The educational sessions.
And if someday Vidya will give us a party, this is on record.
That will never happen.
That's a motivation, right?
Mission impossible and mission is different, right?
Mission impossible. Today she will give the money.
So every time, at least I believe every time we try to be a better version of ourselves. Maybe for example, I have done a role last meeting. So now the next time whenever I will be doing the same role, then it should be better than my last role. And similarly for the speech and for everything. So step by step, it should be a second version, third version, fourth version.
Do you ever hit a place where you're not interested anymore? You're bored of it, there's a fatigue attached to it.
Not fully not interested, but yes.
You want to break from what you're doing, the monotony of it.
Yes.
Yes, it happens.
At that point, what is the carrot that you need to keep going?
Money.
I'm not paying you anything to come.
Not for Toastmasters, but other things.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's say, how easy or difficult is it for you to set up a meeting where you get role players very quickly?
Yeah, mostly yes. I mean, it do happen, but yes, there are times where we don't have any. So then I have to
Call people
speak
up.
to them.
Even the tag team roles.
Yeah, and rare, yes, it happens.
How many of you been members of the club for more than a year? How many of you have served in XCOM? How many of you have been members for more than a year and not served in XCOM? And why have you not served in XCOM?
I lived in between, so when it was a time for me to stood for election, so that time I left for some for personal reason. But then I'll be looking for next time.
It's a very personal reason. Having been in several companies back in uni, I felt like I was very much involved in executive roles. Over here, I just want to take a step back and absorb it. That's precisely the reason why I haven't taken up XCOM, and also because I don't think I have the motivation to, lead someone in this club. There's still way for me to go.
So you have a mission statement, alright? You have a team of people who are going to help you achieve the mission. But there will be time when people may not agree with the mission completely. They may be demotivated, lose interest because things are not going as per plan. How do you incentivize those individuals and motivate them to get aligned?
I don't believe
So the mission gives you clarity. But where does the energy or the motivation come? That's the second answer. Is energy.
Connecting individual goals with overall.
How?
By appreciating members and giving recognitions, awards.
By constant feedback.
So I am a member. I've lost interest. I'm not growing really well, or I feel cold. I don't think I'm learning something. What will you tell?
As a VP, if I am a VP.
Let us use a VP for a minute.
So I will be contacting him. He is not attending the meeting or something. So I will ask what is the problem with him. So I will come to know like he has demotivated with some speech or some double talk. So we will encourage him or motivate him.
So it is reactive in nature. You are reacting when the individual has already lost interest. When do you motivate individuals? When they have lost interest, or it's a recurring activity that has to happen throughout the day?
So recurring activity.
How many of you would like the fact that the VP membership only calls you twice in a year? During renewals. के पैसे दे दो. So while Toastmasters is still a not-for-profit organization, let's say you are part of some organization, you have paid membership fees, like let's say gym for example, alright, it's for profit. They remember you every December because the January renewal cycle. Is that motivation enough for you to renew a membership? No. So in organizations and corporates, you have your mission statement, you have the clarity, you have the team in place. How do you keep them engaged, active and motivated throughout the year?
Understanding individual goals. Then connecting it with the overall mission.
Examples, you will be having certain examples. These examples the person can relate. These are the examples because the consistency which is important. I can use motivation, but if I keep consistency, I keep my discipline, then I can reach up to that goal. The example is there.
Beautiful. Do you all believe consistency is always important than temporary energy and motivation?
Yes.
No, but
Always.
maintain consistency, motivation is the
Correct.
fact required.
Beautiful. But how do you motivate? Let's assume you are corporate employees.
Why do you need to motivate? Just do it.
Your annual increments.
You hire bonus to employees.
So take feedback.
Motivation can be different factors. It could be monetary, it could be non-monetary. So money is your gift vouchers, your rewards, your annual increments that come to you, alright? Or appraisal that happen during the year. That's one form of motivation. Can companies always buy you with money?
No. No.
So what's the second form of motivation?
Growth prospects.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
How do you get satisfaction? And let's say you're happy, you're sitting in one corner, doing your work.
When we can see
Actually,
the
will you stay that way?
Learning opportunity, experience, growth.
So it's recognition in some form, whether it's a praise, whether it's a public display of your announcing of your achievements. It could be promotion. It can be more work. Correct? So your motivation can be from two factors, right? Monetary, non-monetary. Satisfaction is also one part of it, but how do you keep an individual satisfied when you keep this ecosystem developed really well? Now, when I was running the district, most of us used to spend our weekends in TLDPs, area contests, division contests. You'll see a lot of your officers, even your ex-com officers, are spending weekdays and time away from their professional and personal life, devoted to Toastmasters to get a meeting agenda and all running, right? So in the month of January, what I did is I sent a New Year card and a gift to the family member of my officer, saying them thank you for allowing your family member, let's say Praveen, to be part of Toastmasters for this year. Because of him, we are able to function smoothly, and he's not able to spend enough time with you. It's a very small gesture, right? But the family members also realize that we are also somehow linked to Toastmasters. So your motivation does not have to be just monetary. It can be non-monetary in nature also, right? But when do you motivate the individual? It can't come when the person is at the lowest bottom. It has to be a recurring, consistent activity. So as a leader, throughout the year, you have two things to keep. One is to have clarity of what you want to achieve at the end of the year. Two, keep the energy consistently high. That is motivation through different forms of this. Right? You form your mission with your 5 W's and 1 H. You have your motivation with 2 aspects, monetary, non-monetary. You decide what works for you, when, where. But it has to be more instantaneous. Why do we have evaluation at the end of every meeting? It gives you an instant feedback of improvement. Let's say I do a brilliant job today, and you wait for my annual appraisal cycle to say, Hardik, you did a great job. Versus on that day, you tell in front of 10 people, Hardik, you did a great job. In front of 10 people. The difference of an individual psychologically is very different. Alright? So I think in the interest of time, we will wrap this session here. But we'll keep it open for 5 minutes for any Q&A if anyone wants to have. Works? I'm allowed?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Alright. Come on, any questions around this?
I have it's an observation, maybe you can give me your thoughts on that. I find that motivation has to come from within. It cannot be extrinsic, it has to be intrinsic. And financial, non-financial motivation at the end of the day is very temporary, not work.
I will 90% agree with you. Motivation always has to be in somewhere from inside. The only people who make money, all these influencers make money by selling motivation. But that's always temporary. The reason I mentioned frequent motivation or spurts are required because, okay, why am I so excited to be part of Toastmasters every time? That why I have to answer for myself. But maybe someone is reminding me of it. So that 10% is the reminder, 90% is inside. If I've decided that no, it's not adding value to me, the meeting is of no use to me, no matter how many mentors or friends reach out to you, you will not have that level of interest in the organization. Same in corporates. In corporates, there are normally 3 factors in any organization, right? Good work, good people, good money. Only 3 things. If 2 of these are met, you will work in the company. If 1 is there, you should think of leaving. If it's 0, then please leave. If it's all 3 of them, then please continue. So that's how the motivation comes into all these factors. Questions? Anyone?
There are few members who haven't attended a single meeting in this term. When I reached out to them, they did not respond me at all. They went my calls. So how should I handle it?
There is no self-motivation. So, why did I join Toastmasters? Right? When I got a club member onboarded, if I'm able to understand why that person has joined Toastmasters. See, a lot of people, at the end of the meeting, the energy is very high. The instant motivation of influencers is that they will say, yes, I want to be part of club. Once they go back home, they realize they don't have time, bandwidth, or interest, no English towards it. Right? That transition happens to individuals. Right? If it's a new member. If it's an old member who's moving out, did they achieve their purpose of being part of Toastmasters Club? If yes, your mission statement is accomplished, let them step up. We have this habit of retaining everyone at all costs. Right?
But they don't pick up the calls as well. So how should I know? How will I know the reason?
It's time to let go. You don't have to keep everyone in house, right? You can let go of individuals in such cases. That's draining your energy. Because tomorrow you will start doubting yourself as a weekly membership. Am I doing a good job? Right? So your motivation cannot go down during the day.
I actually don't have any question, but I thought to share. And recently I saw a reel, and for me it became a very powerful message. So there was a group of young soldiers. They were running, and they were running because of their age. They were running too fast, very exhausted, and very
summarize, motivation is a good feel-good factor. That short period of feel-good factor, will you convert that into a consistent action? Then that motivation is useful. If I do not convert that into something and I go back to my routine the next day, then the motivation is going to be waste. Right? I have one question for all of you now. What's harder to achieve, clarity or consistency?
Clarity.
Clarity. Consistency.
Clarity.
What is the other C?
Maybe the next table topic debate can be clarity versus consistency. I will hand over the stage back to our team. I leave all of you to think on this question.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hardik Shah, for that insightful educational session. So I would like to call Ruchi to facilitate our guest, Toastmaster Hardik.
This is the motivation. Give me a phone.
Before we want you all to look at this image and give meaning to it. Meaning.
Objects in the mirror are closer than they are.
Life is a journey and not a destination. We are all going for a party.
No, look at the mirror and say bye bye. Look at asking for party.
Move forward, but remember the past also.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
You cannot move forward by looking behind.
Okay. Last bench. Anybody? What is that?
When
Showing the tree, but the direction is not towards the tree.
Sorry?
The direction of the vehicle is not towards the tree, and I don't see any road going towards the tree, but I can see the tree.
Okay.
There is some confusion that are we heading towards the tree or the sea?
that is side mirror.
What is behind?
Yeah.
This mirror is upside down and image is reflection of
Okay. Nice. So let me tell you, this image has nothing to do with whatever you all are saying. It's a simple psychological test, okay, where it will tell you the power of perception. Let me tell you how this perception created. Like every second, when you see anything that you see immediately, you create a meaning to it. And it happens in such a seconds that you don't analyze it, you don't give logic, you don't find logic in it, nothing, you just give meaning. Randomly. Whatever that comes to your mind, you just give meaning to it. Okay? And with this activity, what I want to tell you is that in your life, you might have gone through so many events that has happened with you. It might have created a negative impact on you. It might have created positive impact on you. You have given some meaning to that. Immediately, it has created a perception of that in your mind. But today, I want you all to take a pause, look back to that event that happened with you, which is negative, which is bad, which you always felt that this shouldn't have happened with me, and see with a different lens. Try to see it in a very different way. You can reframe the sentence that you're saying about that event and see how your experience will start to change. And once the experience changes, your life will be very different from what you see. So this is the power of perception. So with evaluation section. Please welcome Mr. Toastmaster Deepak, who is an automation engineer by profession, passionate to solve complex tasks, and in leisure time he likes to play table tennis, loves to swimming and explore new places. Please welcome Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev, Toastmaster Shweta. This picture reminds me the one screening test which happens on day one of SSB test. SSB is a selection process of Indian Army Navy officers. That is PPDT, Picture Perception and Description Test. Thanks, Toastmaster Shweta. Okay, good evening everyone again. Good evening. So as we know, today's theme is the power of perception, and the feedback plays crucial role in shaping that perception. So I am a general evaluator for today's meeting, and my responsibility is to observe, evaluate the quality of overall meeting, including role players, then all speakers, evaluators, and to observe what are the things happen and whatever could have been happened better way. So basically this section is divided into three types, three subsections basically. The first one is the evaluation of the prepared speeches. Second one is the timer tag team report. Third is the general report at the end of the meeting. So by this note, I would like to call the evaluator.
Toastmasters and curious guests, I'm sorry you have to endure my face once again, but I'll try to keep this short. I'll try to keep this short because the noise outside is very jarring. To start off, on account of being the evaluator for Toastmaster Vikas, I'll have to say that you started the speech on a great note. You started it off by asking a question which piqued everyone's interest. And the question was something on the lines of how you spend an entire week, you go through the trials and tribulations of the entire week, and you end up wondering, have you ever achieved anything? I'm paraphrasing this, but this was pretty much your question. So that kind of piqued the people's interest. It made us attached to this particular speech, and there was something in on it for us. That was a great point, and I believe that is something that you should carry forward for your future speeches as well. The second one would be, you had structured your speech really well. There was a sense of purpose to it, and that was the agenda that you had to follow with this particular project. And I believe that was truly met with the way you gave the speech, because there were a chronological set of events. You had a bunch of events. You mentioned how you went to the gym, you joined yoga classes, but then, in a true sense, you were never really motivated to continue it. And then you went on to finish it and conclude it in a really good way by having a takeaway. Which brings me to the third point. You had a model takeaway, and that was to follow a few habits consistently, which brings about a healthy life for you. Which in my opinion was a great takeaway. But what my takeaway as your evaluator and a viewer or an audience member would be is the fact that you have a different perspective all the time when you listen to when you go through a life cycle. And your perspective was to take this from that particular set of events. So these were the good things about the speech. And at the same time, as every other good speech, there are a few recommendations that I'd like to give out to you. And that would be that you could avoid a sense of monotone. I feel like you spoke with a sense of monotone, which is completely fine. It comes with more experience and having to speak in front of a crowd. So you could maybe gesture a little more, use the space of the stage a little more, which I'm not doing enough right now as I'm speaking to you. But at the same time, you can also modulate your voice and speak highly and lowly at times when you feel like you've intonated like that at that particular moment. The second recommendation would be you could segue a little better from one event to another. I feel like you started off with that question, but what about it? Where was the question leading us? So there should be a better segue. There should be a better canal leading from one set of that event and to the next set. So there should be a sense of continuity within the speech. And the third one would be, I would personally feel maybe the speech could have been a little longer, and at the same time, the speech could have been, even though it was too well structured, could have been a little better structured. The sky is your limit. Go ahead and win. It was a wonderful speech. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite our next evaluator, Toastmaster Dharmesh.
How many of you have walked on an empty road? Raise your hands. Many of us. I used to go to a school which was on an empty road. And daily I used to walk on an empty road. But today, I've actually understood the purpose of naming the road with Mahatma Gandhi. So I really connected with that. Your speech connected with that. Let me share 3 things that I liked about your speech. First one was your structure, where in the beginning you had an engaging moment with your friend, he explained about leadership role and you named Mahatma Gandhi. Then in your body you had 3 different stories, and at the end you had a call for action for the audience. So that was a good structure which was easy to follow. Second thing I liked about your speech was the 3 values that you explained. 3 values including the sense of service, integrity, and one person leading by example. So these 3 values, and for each value you had a different story with the message at the end. So I think that really helped us understand each values, and it really helped us understand those values. Third thing that I liked about your speech was the message. Very powerful message, because today's generation probably have forgotten Mahatma Gandhi, and we should all pass on his values to the next generation, and that is what I liked about it. Having said that, I would like to have 2-3 points which I would like you to improve. I mean, you are already a good speaker, but in today's speech, you could have added these 3 things. First one was that your voice, you did not have any voice modulation in your speech. So it was a little bit flat. So you could have increased or decreased your speed, or you could have used different voices in order to have an impact on the audience, because these kind of speeches really need the impact on the audience. So voice modulation could have used to create an impact. Second thing is that the title of your speech was More Than MG Road. But I feel that MG Road was nowhere in the picture. So if in your story at the beginning, when you are talking to your friend, instead of leadership role, if you have talked that you are meeting your friend on an MG Road and he's a new person, new generation person who doesn't know about Mahatma Gandhi, and he feels that why every road is named after Mahatma Gandhi, and then you explain this 3 values, probably it would have made a better impact in the oral speech. And third one was at the end, you just mentioned that for the next generation, you just read the books, see videos, and pass on to the next generation. But instead of that, if you have asked some rhetorical questions, which you normally do in your speeches, some rhetorical questions to the audience which make them think, okay, we are missing integrity, we are missing the sense of service. And that would have made them think that, okay, we are really missing these values and we should bring those values in our life. So I think these 3 things would have made your speech a better one. So overall, I would like to say a wonderful speech with a good structure, 3 strong values of Mahatma Gandhi explained, a good call for action, but in connecting with your main topic, use of better voice modulation and adding rhetorical question at the end would have made this speech even better. Thank you.
kindly also noting the provide the timing report for the prepared speaker first. Toastmaster Vikas took 4 minutes 33 seconds. DTM Ron has taken 7 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Ishwar has taken 3 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Dharmesh has taken 3 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Dharmesh. So both the speakers are qualified. No, both the speakers.
Speakers are qualified.
And evaluator Ishwar is qualified.
Now I invite our counter Dr. Sanjeev to submit his paper.
I would start with Yashwant. So he has used filler words 5 times. Then Ruchi clutch words 4 times. So 2 times. Followed by filler word 1 time. And Shweta has used the clutch word 1 time. So by 5 times. Followed by filler words are 2 times and 1 time. And Gauri Shankar has used filler words 9 times. And Quizmaster Vishnu Khode, he has taken 2 short pauses. And Hardiksha and Ron, I mean, their speeches were fantastic, and I missed out that I was the role player for our counter. So nothing there. And that's thanks.
Now I would like to invite Navi Toastmaster Gauri Shankar for his report.
Good evening, guys, and thank you for the rule. So first of all, with regard to the word of the day, I think the 2 people have used that. Toastmaster Shweta got the word perspective, and Toastmaster Ishwar also a couple of times he has taken word of the day. With regard to improper usage, there were a couple of improper usage, like people didn't change. So instead of changed, it should be changed. Didn't ever thought. It can be never thought instead of didn't ever thought. Wanted to overcome. Then faded slow. You can use the better word could not cope up in those terms. Crack between the platform and train. Instead of that, you can use gap between the platform and train. Children of his legacy, we can use followers of his legacy. These are the improper usage. There were a couple of phrases which have been used by fellow Toastmasters, like Toastmaster Vishnu. He has used proof of the pudding is in the eating. So that was a very good usage. Toastmaster Ron have used a couple of very interesting words and phrases, like very polarizing figure, timeless principles, do as you say and say as you do, fulcrum, instantaneous. And Toastmaster Ishwar also have used a couple of phrases, a couple of like words, charring noise, paraphrasing, sky is the limit. So that's all from my side.
Now I invite Quizmaster Toastmaster Vishnu.
With my changed perspective, after hearing wonderful speeches from after hearing keynote speaker, here I am with a few simple questions. To start with, from Mahatma Gandhi's integrity principle, Toastmaster's own mention, do as you say as you dash.
Do.
Yeah, do. But please raise your hand so that everyone should get a fair chance. What was the Toastmaster Vikas' bad habit?
Not going to gym.
Sorry?
Missing consistency.
No. Yeah, we have to know that it's a particular word. Yeah. Inconsistency.
Inconsistent.
Which field or profession does Toastmaster Gauri Shankar work in? Or he also? Yes.
Chartered accountant.
Financial.
Yeah. What was the title of Toastmaster Vikas speech?
Power of small habits. Power of small habits.
The train Mahatma Gandhi boarded was dash dash.
What?
The train Mahatma Gandhi boarded was dash dash. Yes.
Crowded.
Toastmaster Raju has done his MBA in.
Rajiv.
Toastmaster Raju has done his MBA in dash dash.
In college.
Yes, marketing. What was the pathway of Toastmaster on speech?
Presentation.
What was the pathway of
Presentation mastery.
Yes, presentation mastery. Which idiom does Toastmaster Vishnu use?
Which idiot?
Pudiyam.
Anyone?
Sky is the limit.
Yes, but I need a
Proof of the pudding is in the eating.
And the last, when is the anniversary of Toastmaster? No, wrong. 22nd. Over to you.
Let's start the next session. This is general session. So our meeting started on time, but few role members were late. No, that already informed. I think Praveen told me. Yeah. Coming to the SAR, well started. You spoke about club mission rules. Just try to bring some innovative or creativity. Then Toastmaster Ruchi, you did guest introduction. You introduced Toastmaster of the day very well. Then coming to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shweta, you started really well. You shared your story. That was really inspiring and it was supporting our today's theme as well. You introduced a speaker very nicely. You follow that particular protocol, name, title, name, and again good activity at the end. But ensure like all role members are inside the room before doing any announcement so that it can't be interruption that you can take care of next time. Quizmaster Vishnu, well done. You started with the idiom again. Then timer played role is very nicely. R counter as well. Could have observed evaluators also because like I missed the even me also. You could have added me as well. Then grammarian, good observations. Coming to the Toastmaster evaluator 1, Toastmaster Ishwar. When you announce, like when you're introducing the speaker, or at least you make the eye contact with the speaker and the timer, whether they're attentive or not. When you are speaking the timings, whether he has to make a note or not before introducing the speaker. Then you could have mentioned the objective is met or not at the end of the your evaluation. Next thing, you follow the proper CRC method. You set the commendation, recommendation. The summary or the conclusion could have more better, and then you rushed a little bit. Overall, very good evaluation. Toastmaster Dharmesh, nice evaluation. You covered all aspects of the speech, but make sure to like remind with the timings. Then coming to the education session, Toastmaster Hardik. Your session was highly engaging and inclusive session. So you started with the basic of basics, so that even we have a couple of guests today. I believe that they enjoy the session and they could relate the Toastmasters terms, whether area, clubs, district, what are the all things. I'm sure they will get to know today. Then I appreciate it's like you ask the question to the members, guests, and you did some activities so that all members and guests were engaging. As a small session, you could have had some takeaway to help the members to implement these actions outside the meeting. Because after this today's meeting, you could have had some key takeaways which we can implement further. Yeah. By this, I'll hand over this stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. So, we are at the end of this meeting. So, I hope you all have got what the
change other people's perception?
That's a good question.
Requires another set,
you-
session.
You cannot and you should not.
We should be.
Should
No,
start
yeah.
with this.
See, we can't change other people's perception, but we can take a small step by just asking them to reframe the situation or the things. What kind of perception do you want to change? That's the important thing to know. So if you feel like he had some bad perception about himself, for example, let me take my example. When I got to know about my perception that I didn't believe in marriage, and I was like, I accepted what other people are saying about me, and I accepted it as it is without even questioning, and I felt like this is my reality. But when I saw someone who has a different perspective, I tried to apply it on myself, seeing in a different way, and I reframed it. I tried to change the way, the lens that I want to see myself, and that's how I was able to change my perception. So if you want to change your perception, so I would recommend you all to just pause for a moment and look back that same event in a different lens. And definitely, I'm sure that you will get a lot more insight, a lot more information from that perspective, and you can change that feeling. Because as I said, with the activity, the perception is created immediately, in a seconds. How it creates it, whenever you just experience it, it just created. So you have to change that by just pausing for a moment and see it in a different lens. So with that note, I would like to conclude this meeting by handovering my role to the presiding officer, Ruchi. Please.
That was an amazing meeting. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
So let's have a good round of applause for all our speakers. The voting polls have been shared. Who bring the highest number of guests will be recognized.
Okay.
Okay?
Bye.
Members bring the highest number of guests in the next meeting will be recognized. It's on 21st Feb. Okay? And members whose guest becomes Toastmasters or joins Agnel Toastmasters within 15 days of open house will also be recognized. Okay? So you have to use all your convincing skills. Huh? You are already a guest. You can bring another guest and you'll go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, bring as many of your friends.
You will be recognized.
Yes. Okay? And our outdoor meeting is tentatively on 28th Feb or 1st March. Okay? And the venue is not decided yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun and attendance is mandatory. And I am not joking.
WhatsApp poll.
Okay. Yeah, the polls for the outdoor meeting has also been shared. So those who have not voted yet, they have to vote. Okay? And everybody has to say a yes. Okay?
Yes.
Because last time we had a blast.
Yes.
And those who will not attend the outdoor meeting this time will suffer for sure. Yes, Toastmaster Hardik, you are most invited. By default. It's not 1st or 28th, 1st March or 28th Feb. So you can see the date.
30th Feb.
Okay. remember that I've talked about Express Club Award.
Kudos to us.
And how many of you were on a stage to receive the award during the expressions? Sometimes you also there.
Somebody didn't know what he was doing.
That me? Ruchi?
Don't know the name.
So now our club is aiming for Dynamo Club Award. It is also a truly prestigious award. So I would like to request everyone to please renew by 15th Feb. Okay?
Okay.
Then you can again go on the stage and can get that. Okay? Now, if anyone would like to take up the SA ESCOM role, you're most welcome. You can reach out to the ESCOM. Sergeant at Arms role.